Look at this plant. Isn't it pretty? When I got it here for the first time, it was very small. Then I watered it every day, made sure that it gets fertile soil and enough sunlight. And look how tall and healthy it has grown now. Plants do need a lot of care, you know. I take care of all the plants that grow in my backyard. But have you ever wondered who takes care of the plants that grow out in the wild? Where do they get proper soil and water from? Well, the trees, plants, and bushes that grow on their own without any human interference are called natural vegetation. Now, what do I exactly mean by this? Think about the lush green forests and jungles. They grow without any direct involvement of the humans, so they form the natural vegetation. On the other hand, we have agricultural fields, gardens, and plantations which grow with the help of humans. Hence, they are not natural vegetation.
Natural vegetation and wildlife exist in the narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere that we call the biosphere. The life-supporting system where living beings are interrelated and interdependent for survival is known as the ecosystem.
Vegetation and wildlife are valuable resources. Plants provide us with fruits, vegetables, fiber, shelter, medicine, fuel, latex, gum, and paper. They protect the soil that are so essential for growing crops and help in the storage of underground water.
The basic food for all organisms is produced by green plants. In this process of food production, oxygen is released. This oxygen, which we obtain from the air if we breathe, is essential to life. There are innumerable uses of plants.
Wildlife includes animals, birds, insects, as well as aquatic life forms. They provide us with milk, meat, hides, and wool. Insects like bees provide us honey, help in pollination of flowers, and have an important role to play as decomposers in the ecosystem.
The birds feed on insects and act as decomposers as well. Vulture, due to its ability to feed on dead livestock, is a scavenger and considered a vital cleanser of the environment. So, animals, big or small, are all integral to maintaining balance in the ecosystem.
Did you know vultures in the Indian subcontinent were dying of kidney failure soon after cutting livestock treated with diclofenac? It is a painkiller that is similar to aspirin or ibuprofen. Efforts are on to ban the use of animals in captivity and the drug for breed vultures.
A grow of the vegetation that depends on temperature and moisture. The major vegetation types of the world are grouped as grasslands, forests, shrubs, and tundra.
In areas of heavy rainfall, huge trees may thrive. The forests are thus associated with areas having abundant water supply. As the amount of moisture decreases, the size of trees and their density reduces. Short stunt trees and grasses grow in the regions of moderate rainfall, forming the grasslands of the world.
Thorny shrubs and scrubs grow in dry areas of low rainfall. In such areas, plants have deep roots. The leaves have a thorny and waxy surface which reduces loss of moisture through transpiration. Tundra vegetation of cold polar regions comprises mosses and lichens.
Forests are broadly classified as evergreen and deciduous depending on when they shed their leaves. Evergreen forests do not shed their leaves simultaneously in any season of the year. Deciduous forests shed their leaves in a particular season to conserve loss of moisture through transpiration.
Both types of forests are further classified as tropical or temperate based on their location in different latitudes. We have learned in detail about the various forest types, their distribution, and the associated animal life in the previous class.
Forest fire is a threat to the entire region of fauna and flora. It occurs mainly due to three reasons. First, natural fire due to lightning, etc. Second, fire due to heat generated in the litter due to the carelessness of people. Third, fire purposely caused by local inhabitants, mischief makers, miscreants, etc.
Some control measures are: number 1, prevention of fires through education. Number 2, prompt detection of fires through a well-coordinated network of observation points, efficient ground patrolling, and communication network.
Deterioration of natural vegetation and wildlife resources are climate changes, increasing needs, human interference, deforestation, soil erosion, forest fires, constructional activities, tsunamis, and landslides. Some concerns faced are as follows: the loss of habitat for many animals, the increase in amount of carbon dioxide,
The poaching for collection and illegal trade of hides, skins, nails, teeth, horns, as well as feathers result in a sharp decline in the number of particular species. Some of the animals poached are tiger, lion, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopard, ostrich, and peacock. Many species have become endangered and some are on the verge of extinction.
These can be conserved by increasing awareness. National parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves are made to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife. Conservation of creeks, lakes, and wetlands is necessary to save the precious resource from depletion.
Natural park. A natural park is a reserved area of land owned by the government, which is protected from industrialization, human pollutions, and pollutions. Aspects of biosphere reserves. A biosphere reserve is a term given to an area for the conservation of the resource of the biosphere and the improvement of the relationship between man and the.
If the relative number of species is not disturbed, there is a balance in the environment. Human activities in the several parts of the world have disturbed the natural habitats of many species.
Due to indiscriminate killing, several birds and animals have either become extinct or are on the verge of extinction. Awareness programs like social forestry and Van Mahotsav should be encouraged at the regional and community level.
Earth Day is an annual event on April 22 to demonstrate support for environmental protection. School children should be encouraged to bird watch and visit nature camps so that they appreciate the habitat of varied species. There are two sustainable development goals about natural vegetation and wildlife.
The Sustainable Development Goal 14 is about life below water. Its mission statement is to conserve and sustainably use the ocean, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. The Sustainable Development Goal 15 is about life on land. The mission statement is to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss.
Many countries have passed laws against trade as well as killing of birds and animals. In India, killing lions, tigers, deer, and great Indian bustards and peacocks is illegal. An international convention, CITES, has been established that lists several species of animals and birds in which trade is prohibited. Conservation of plants and animals is an ethical duty of every citizen.
Did you know? The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora is an international agreement between governments. It aims to ensure that international trade in specimens of wild animals and plants does not threaten their survival. Roughly 5,000 species of animals and 28,000 species of plants are protected. Bears, dolphins, cacti, corals, and orchids are some examples.
Now you understand what natural vegetation is, don't you? But with no one to take care of it, how does the natural vegetation grow? Well, there are a lot of factors that affect the growth of the natural vegetation. And these factors are temperature, moisture, thickness of soil, and slope of the land. But out of all these factors, temperature and moisture are the most important ones. The temperature is determined by the sunlight, and the moisture is determined by the rainfall. And they together define the type of natural vegetation that will grow in a particular area. In some areas, we get plenty of sunlight and high amount of rainfall. So, there are a large number of trees that grow there. Such areas are called forests. Then, there are areas where the rainfall is low. In such areas, vast structures of tall grass are present, with a few lonely trees here and there. These are called grasslands. And then there are areas where the rainfall is very low. In such dry regions, only small, thorny plants grow. These are called shrubs. Thus, we have mainly three types of natural vegetation: forests, grasslands, and shrubs.